on what this club means to the community, what it means to Edmonton. And I was very intrigued, right? And I think I'm very excited to be here just to share some of our experiences and now about just community building, about building a club. We're a program, BTB stands for Born to Be. My wife, well, she was my girlfriend at that point, but my wife now. She was when the library was just trying to start a program for our community, and we literally just jot down names. And I came up with the name BTB just because I felt like every single person is born to be something. They just have to like be around people that support them, that love them, to show them the way, right? You can be a great student, you can be a great athlete, you can be great at anything that you want to do, right? So that's where the name BTB came from, and that's where we're gonna start from. So key messages for me today that I want to get across. So the beginning of something, adversity. So every time you go, you're trying to build something, you're trying to like achieve something, there's always going to be adversity, and adversity can always be different. I also want to talk about diversity. Every time we're building something, we need to get different ideas from different people, because now, especially Canada is becoming a diverse country, right? So it's always good to try to include everyone. Community engagement, also about how can we include everyone, right? Not just people that we know, but also people that we don't know. Culture, how to build culture, and how we did it. Success, what does success look to you? What does the success look to BTB? And also what is next? Yeah, we always have to think about how can we improve. As BTB, we always think about how can we improve. We do a parent survey every single year, and we're very vulnerable. We know parents are going to say negative things about us because you can't please 100% of people. We try, but so far we have a very, very high success rate. But we try to be very, very vulnerable once a year with the community, just to try to show us how we can improve ourselves. So the first one, the beginning. Carson, if you can go to the next slide, please. Yeah, so this is a picture of on the right hand side how we started. We started about with 4 or 5 kids. The community just going out in the neighborhood, just playing in the fields. Then we started doing the program twice a week. Yeah, just every single week, more kids started coming. Then it became like something. By the end of that summer, I think we had like 40 kids. Just coming, playing soccer, having fun, meeting new friends, having snacks. So we just continue to build the program that way. So the reason like I put the slides up there and I put that's a picture from ERC website. So I was reading that ERC was started, the idea came across in 1972, and the club was started in 1974 with 5 people. And the reason ERC was started is because there was a need. There was no rowing club in Edmonton at that time, right? So there was a need for a rowing club. And I think it's very similar to BTB, why BTB was started. I felt like there was a need in my community. There's a lot of kids that were just at home watching TV, not really doing anything organized. And I think that's where I started BTB, just because we wanted something for the community. We wanted kids to be active. We wanted kids to learn the sport. At that point, I was a university student. So we just started BTB for a need, just to need something. And there's always different reasons for starting something. It can be because of a need. It can be because of love, passion, because you care about something. Sometimes you can start things just because, right? But I think ERC was started because there was a need, and because there's a few people that have that passion to do something for people in Edmonton. I think one of the guys was an Olympic rower from Germany, right? So like someone that has that passion, that love, and they want to bring it to the Edmonton community. So that was very similar to why BTB was started also. Adversity. We have a quote here: building the foundation will always present challenges. How you respond to the challenges will determine how far you go. For us as BTB, there's so many challenges. I think we started as something very small that no one really cares about. But we worked very hard. The players are improving. A lot of people started knowing about BTB. We started growing. We're a very, very small group, but a lot of our players were going to the provincial team. Right? The provincial team is like the best players in Alberta. So just imagine we have a group of 40, 50 kids, but like half the provincial team were those kids, right? Coming from a small program. So I think we started building from there, right? Yeah, so like we had some challenges that we went through some sanctioning problems. No one wanted to sanction us. None of the districts, Alberta Soccer, no one wanted to sanction us. They said they always tell us to go join other people. Why do you guys want to start this? Why do you want to do this? Just go join this group. We're like, no, but this group doesn't do things the way that we want to do it, right? So like there was a lot of sanctioning problems for years. We even have a documentary that we made about these problems that we had, but we never gave up. We kept running our program. The kids believed in us. The parents believed in us. There's situations where we couldn't play games, right? We couldn't play in the league, but we still kept going, and the players, the families, all committed to us just because they believed in us, right? So it was very cool to see the families come together for us. There was one point we were suspended from all soccer activities. There was 4 of us. We couldn't coach. So I was actually coaching at the soccer academy at school. So they threatened me that I couldn't coach there. This is how I was trying to help feed my family. We couldn't run BTB. We couldn't do anything soccer. We couldn't, even anyone that plays for BTB couldn't do anything. They couldn't play for the provincial team. They couldn't go to Vancouver Whitecaps. Like there was so many like roadblocks, and an email was sent to everyone in Alberta, right? So for us, we could have just quit. And there's many days that like I went in my basement, just cried, just wanted to quit. I become like, man, we're trying to do something good, we're trying to do something positive, but like there's so many roadblocks just because the people that have been there forever, they want to make sure there's no new people that they're actually trying to change things. So I think we were suspended for about about a year. Then we actually had to go to Canada Soccer. Went to Canada Soccer to the top people, and Canada Soccer had to come back down to Alberta Soccer in the district to tell them like, why you suspend these guys. You have to have a valid reason. There's many people doing the same thing what they're doing, but you guys are picking on them, right? So we could have literally quit there, but I felt like if we would have quit there, we'd just let the kids down. So again, that love and care for the kids won again. Another thing too we couldn't do was our licensing. So I'm a national A license trained now, so which is like the highest license in Canada. So at that point, I was do my national B. So they were trying to kick us out for our licenses. So for us, it was very awkward and weird because as a coach, you're trying to better yourself so you can improve the players, right? So it was a very difficult moment. They tried to kick us out, but again, Canada Soccer stepped in and said, no, you guys can't do it. But yeah, challenges can motivate you to do more and be more. I think we could have easily just quit. Even with ARC, there's going to be moments where there's going to be difficult times, right? There's going to be times that you feel like, oh, things are not working out. The way we plan things, that's not the way it's going. But I think if you just believe in your vision and believe in what you're trying to accomplish and always put the kids and the family first, I think things will end up working out. And I think for us, it ended up working out because all these challenges made us do more, right? So we started doing more training because we're like, okay, we have to make sure we have the best players in BTB. We have to make sure we play the best soccer in BTB. We have to make sure we travel 3-4 times a year, right? No other club in Alberta was doing that, right? So that means now BTB, in about a year or 2 years, we became a national brand. So now everyone in Canada, when it comes to like soccer, knows what BTB is. A lot of people in the United States know what BTB is. A lot of people now in Europe, they're starting to know what BTB is. So because of all these challenges, it pushed us not to look at Edmonton. It pushed us to look outside of Edmonton. And I think that made us better and that made us bigger. Right? Now everyone is coming back to the senses. That's what I say. Everyone's coming back to the senses now. And now they're like, oh man, these guys they're doing things the right way. And now we just keep going. And we have to stop the way we grow. Right? Because we can have 1,000 kids, but we're like, no, we have to make sure we grow in a way that we're able to provide the same quality that we're providing when we were small. Because it's very, very easy to say, okay, we want registration numbers, 1,000 kids, you're making all this money like you've never seen in your life before, you never thought you're gonna see in your life. But for us, it's all about quality first, then we grow according to what we need. Yeah, even the holistic development we were talking in our table, we do a lot of holistic development, not just about soccer. We try to make sure we do physical training, mental training, nutrition. We try to do the whole human development when it comes to education, when it comes to evaluation of the player twice a year. So like it forced us to do things that no one else was doing, right? And I think that made us stand out. First, next one, please. Diversity. Creating a diverse environment can help build an organization that values the experience and background of society. Like I said earlier, Canada is a very diverse place. I believe we have I believe they're saying 500,000 immigrants a year are going to be coming to Canada. So we're a very diverse place. I think at BTB we embrace diversity, right? If you come and see our teams, very, very diverse, right? We have players from different backgrounds. We have parents from different backgrounds. So we're a very, very diverse club. In our boardroom, we're a not-for-profit. So I pick the board members. So for me, my idea is we have to have board members that are different, from different backgrounds and different ages and different experiences. Just because we can have a boardroom that's with the same type of people with the same ideas, which is very tough because now we want our boardroom to be a place where we bring up ideas and we challenge each other, right? To think different, to be different. So our boardroom, we're very diverse. We have young, we have women, we have people with experience. We try to make it very diverse in our boardroom. Diversity with leadership positions. So our staff, so we have 3 full-time staff and we have about 5 part-time staff. Very diverse. From different backgrounds, women, men. We try to make it very, very diverse with what we do with our staff and our coaches. Coaches, staff, and volunteers. So everything we do, we try to make sure it's very intentional. Diversity in the members, so which are the players. Like I said earlier, very, very, very diverse group. Every single players that we have, every single teams that we have players from different backgrounds, and we're very, very proud of that. And I think BTB is known for that in Canada. We're very happy about that. Community engagement. I think this is probably the biggest way to grow, is going into the community. So for us, connecting with schools, connecting with daycares, elementary, junior high, high school. I coach at a junior high for about 4 or 5 years, 5 years. So a lot of those players at that school used to come to BTB, right? So that's the way that we got a lot of registrations, a lot of players to come. Also with daycares, elementary school, in our neighborhoods, we just make flyers and we'll just go hand it out. Just to spread the word about BTB, and just to bring more kids into the sport, especially from the younger ages. We started our grassroots program because we knew we needed more players at the younger ages, especially players that are starting the sports. I think we started with the grassroots program. We started with 20. We advertised was not a lot of kids. We tried to do a good job in word of mouth. The next year next season we have 50, and now this past summer we had 150 kids from U5 to U7. Right, and I project next summer coming, we're probably gonna have over 200. Right, just building from the grassroots, building from the ground up. We're very, very committed to that. I coach a U9 team now, under 9 teams, the 8-year-olds. They started our grassroots program, and the way these kids play soccer, it's amazing. At 8 years old, they can pass the ball, they can dribble, because they went through our grassroots program and they learned the fundamentals. Right, by the time they come now to U9 to me, and I'm able to coach them how to play soccer and how to make decisions at an early age. So neighborhoods, knocking on doors, leaving flyers, community groups. So what we try to do We try to connect with different community groups. We do free clinics. We get community groups to come to us, and we run sessions for them. We get them to also come, and we incorporate them with our training, so they will feel like they're part of BTB. Once we started doing things like that, you see more of those kids that came to that training. The next season, they're all coming to tryouts or to try us, like Verena said, and we continue to build that way. Another thing that we're very good at, I think people know us for it, maybe it's a little bit annoying, is social media. We use social media a lot. We try to post 1 or 2 times a day, just because I think everyone is on the phone. This is the new generation that we have, especially the young kids, the millennials. Yeah, the new generation that we have, like everyone's on the phone. Like I'm always on my phone too. So we try to post every day, like something interesting, success stories for the players, success stories for the club, coaches, how if people are traveling, like we try to post everything, right? So I think people see that and people are intrigued. Like, oh, how come this club is always posting? How come they seem like a successful club, right? So I think social media is probably the biggest tool that you can use to grow your club. So we try to do a lot of engagement every single day. Culture, I think, culture is probably the biggest thing when it comes to what we do. Culture is built by what we consistently show and do. For us, our core values are this love, care, discipline, and best of ability. Those 4 things are non-negotiable. Like every single coach, every single staff, anyone that's volunteering with BTB, these are the 4 things we must show every single day, right? Every single day we must show love to the players. We must show that we care about them. We want them to do well. We care about their home life. We care about how they do in school, right? We do university seminars for them, right? To make sure they understand school is important, to make sure they understand this is what you need to get into a good school, right? So we show a lot of love and care to them. Discipline, I'm probably the biggest disciplined person in the club. The players know me for that. When they see me, they kind of hide. But for me, like, I want to make sure, like, when they come into the facility, they greet the coaches, they greet the adults. They go say hi to the teammates. They do the simple things that makes a big difference. So we're very, very big on discipline. Also, best of ability. We believe everyone is born to be something. You might not be born to be a professional soccer player, which is okay, right? Not everyone's going to make professional soccer, right? But you could be a doctor, you could be a lawyer, you could be different things. You could be a musician. We have one kid that became a rapper. He's doing very well, right? And we support him, right? But like we want to make sure people do the best they can do with what they have. That's something that we're very, very proud of. We started an adaptive program, where we did a coaching course for it, just like trying to make BTB accessible to everyone. So like we want to live up to that value of best ability. It doesn't matter if you're the best player or someone that's just learning or someone that loves soccer that wants to do it. We don't have the ability to do it. We try to create a space for everyone, and that's a big challenge for us. Because as most of you guys know, like coaches, they like the easy life, right? And there's certain programs that you run. It's very difficult. It's very, very difficult to run. We did a coaching course with an all ability. It was 45 minutes, but honestly, it felt like 3 hours, right? Because like the attention to detail, you have to basically slow everything down. Like it's difficult, but like for us, we like challenges. And I think that's a way to grow. We try to live by these values every single day: love, care, discipline, and best of ability every single day. And I think as an organization, ARC, I think the values that you set forth for everyone is very, very key for everyone to follow. Right? There's been some players in our club that I've personally removed from teams because of the parents, right? Just because the parents and the players, they didn't meet the values of what we try to do at BTB. And if you don't meet the value, that means now you become disruptive to what we're trying to do as a team and what we're trying to do as a club. So it's very, very key to have people, starting from the board members to the staff, to the coaches, to the volunteers, to the players, that every single person understand what these values are. And we have meetings twice a year. The whole entire club with the parents and players twice a year to let them know what the values are and what the consequences are if you don't follow or you don't meet these values. So we're very, very strict with this. This is very small to read, but success. Every organization should have a metric on how to define success. This is very, very key, right? Every single organization should know how they define success, because every single organization is different, right? You can't say, okay, BTB does this, then ERC is going to do exactly what BTB does. It doesn't work that way, because we might have different values, right? We might have different ways of measuring success. So the different ways of success that people can measure sometimes. In my field, what usually people use to measure success is developing top athletes. Everyone wants to develop top athletes. Is it fun, right? Are the players having fun? Are they making new friends? Do they want to come back, right? Registration numbers, right? Some clubs, they just want to be the biggest, right? In soccer, we have clubs like that. They want to be 2,000 kids. Okay, that's cool, but as a parent, I have to understand if I'm taking a club to past 2,000 kids, is my child getting the attention that they deserve, right? So we have to think about that too, right? Yeah, so every organization should have a clear idea of how they measure success. For BTB, the way we measure success, fun. So all our practices, they have to be fun. When we have our coaches meetings, we always emphasize number one is fun, right? We have to make sure every training session is fun. The kids want to compete. They want to like do things that are not boring, just standing around, watching, listening. We want to make sure if you're giving instructions, they're quick and precise, like very, very quick and precise. So always fun. Also, we want to develop top athletes, right? We have different programs in BTB. We have a high performance program, which is the highest level for us, where they train more, they do more, it's holistic, they travel. If anyone knows maybe AAA hockey, it's very similar to that, right? So high performance athletes, we push them, right? And we also give them the best coaches, right? So we push them and it's been very, very successful. Over the last 3 years, we have over 30 players that actually went professional academy, usually to go to Vancouver Whitecaps, MLS, or university. So over 30 players in the last 3 years. I think that's the most in Alberta. So we're very happy about that. Then I put here winning, right? So for us, it's not just about winning on the field, it's about winning in life, right? We have so many, we're a club that's based north side of Edmonton, right? So we have so many different characters, right? So many kids that come from homes that maybe it's not very stable. So for them to come to BTB, go to university, they've won, right? For them to come to BTB and be around people that love them, care about them, people that will give them rides, people that will make sure they eat, people that will make sure everything is good with them, they've won, right? But also, we also like winning on the field, right? We're a very competitive club. The last 2 years, we went to nationals with 5 teams. So nationals, the highest competition for amateur sports. We went with 5 teams. So we have, at the club, we have 2 national champions. And we have 3 teams that won silver. So they went to the finals. Unfortunately, those teams was one of my teams. Actually, the last 2 years, I went to the finals and lost it, right? But it was a very good experience. But yeah, so we love to compete, we love to win. In Alberta, we won 7 provincial championships this season alone. This outdoor season alone, that's probably the most ever for any club. That's all our high performance teams. So like we push them very hard. So 7 provincial championships this summer alone. Yeah, in the last 2 years, 10 provincial championships, right? So yes, we like to win outside, but we also like to win inside. And if you can develop players and you can also develop a winning culture, I think that's the best of both worlds, right? It's not very often that you're gonna have both. Sometimes you're gonna have one or the other. But I think at BTB we work very, very hard with everything that I spoke about, to be able to put a product on the field that can go out there and do well. So yeah, so very, very cool. What is next? Brandon told me ERC is going 50 years next year. So that was very, very cool to see. As an organization, we always try to be better. I believe Brandon is doing her and her friend are doing a research on BTB, right? And we met the other day, last week, and she was telling me, oh, Kondeh, this is what the parents are saying, this is what the referees are saying, this is what Alberta soccer is saying. And for me, right away, I'm like, man, this is great, right? And it's not all positive, there's some positive, and there's also some negative. But my mindset, this is the way I've ever been. Yes, I'll say, okay, thank you for the positive, but I focus on the negative. I'm like, how can we improve? How can we improve this aspect of BTB? And I was very, very grateful to her and Teresa to share the ways that we can improve as a club. What parents are saying, what referees are saying, what Alberta Soccer is saying, what the districts are saying about us, right? So now we want to make sure every day we're better. We improve ourselves and improve the club. So I think some important thoughts from tonight. What do we want our next 6 months, 1 year, or even next 50 years to look like, right? So we always have to think about that. Okay, the next 6 months, how can we improve? Or what do we need to improve, right? What is the goals for the next 6 months? Is it to get more kids into ARC? Okay, how are we going to get those kids into ARC? Do we need to go more into the community, right? Do we need to maybe partner with some different community groups? Do we need to run more free seminars, right? So we can get the kids to come. And once you come and they love it, you hook them, you get them in. And I think we all know once kids love something, they're going to bother the parents to sign up, right? We all know that. So I think, yeah, so what does the next six months, 1 year, and the next 50 years, what do we want to accomplish? We just celebrated our 10-year anniversary for BTB. Now we're looking for the next 10 years. Okay, this is everything we went through, all the struggles, everything, all the successes. But now, how can we continue to make sure we're better, to make sure we provide an environment for players and families to feel safe, welcome, and also an environment for them to thrive, right? Not just winning on the field, but like I said, winning also in life. What is our culture, and does it match our core value, right? So it's very, very important when you want to build culture. You have to make sure those values they're instilled in people, right? If the values are instilled in people, then it's very, very tough to build a culture, right? Nothing can break culture, right? I think the reason BTB throughout all those adversaries, the reason that we stood tall and we had so many people behind us, because we built a culture of love, right? Every parent knows I want to be with this coach, I want to be with this program because they love and care for my kid. I don't care if they can't play in any games, they can't do anything. I want to be with these people, right? Because I know with these people, my kid is going to come there, is going to feel safe, is going to work hard, is going to get better, right? So I think it's very important to build culture, and you build culture through your values, and that's what we've done. How can we connect with the community to make our organization accessible to all, right? It's very, very key to make sure, like I said, it's 500,000 people a year, they're coming to Canada, right? A lot of them are going to come to Edmonton because Edmonton, I don't know, a lot of immigrants, we like Edmonton, right? So it's very, very key to say, okay, what is the strategy to try to bring this different diverse group into our club, right? And I know rowing, that's something I learned a lot today. Just going on the website, learning it, and I'm interested, right? I'm very, very interested in it. Now I was talking to Fred, and I'm like, okay, we want to bring out teams. Right, we do some team building, but maybe we do a team building. Now, maybe our players will start saying, oh, I really like this. Right? Maybe soccer for me is not going to take me that far. Maybe now I'm a very good rower. Right? So you never know. We have so many kids that change sports at certain times during their development just because maybe that sport might not be for them, but this sport might be for them. So even like connecting with different community groups and different other organizations and trying to like do things with them, you might find the next person that goes to the Olympics from BTB. You never know. And also, how do we define success? Right, it's very, very key for an organization to know how to define success. Right, and there's no wrong or right answer. Right, someone can say, I just want to win. Right, there's nothing wrong with that. That's how you define success. Some people might say, I don't care about winning. I just want to develop the best players possible. That's how you define success, because players are improving and you're developing good players. Some people might say, I just want high registration numbers. I want to be the biggest club in Alberta or Edmonton, right? So there's no right or wrong answer. It's all about how you define success and how you as an organization define success. And I think us as BTB, we're very, very clear the way we define success. And sometimes parents don't like it, especially when it comes to like sometimes trying to win. But we only try to win at certain stages in competition. If we go to national finals, we give strict instructions to the coaches. Do what you think is best for the team, right? So we're very, very open with the parents, even when we have our meetings. We go to provincial finals, national finals, we're not playing equal time, right? So we're very, very honest. We're not playing equal time. Now it's up to the coaches to put the players that they feel will help the team win. So every single person in BTB understands that, right? So we don't want, like when we come from national, parents to come into me, Kondeh, my kid didn't play. I'm like, yeah, because we went to the finals and we also let you guys know, right? So it's very good to be transparent. People might not like it, but I think at the end of the day, people respect that. Yeah, that was all for me. I don't know if there's any questions. Sorry, I don't know, maybe I spoke too much, but